So it's an undisputable fact that as a dropshipper, you want faster product delivery time from China, custom branding eventually, and you want the ability to scale rapidly without any hassles with your supplier. And let's face it, nothing like that really exists, or, well, it didn't. However, we've seen tons of YouTubers these days and other dropshipping influencers promoting what we know as the Silk Road. And no, not the drug website, but a website that supposedly gets your products to your customers with custom branding in as little as 5 to 8 days. And not only that, but they can get your products for cheaper than AliExpress, cheaper up to 40%. However, I've seen tons of backlash recently in my Discord, my Facebook groups, and YouTube comments as well. In this video, I'm going to talk to the founder of the TheSilkRoad site and show you inside the platform and get down to the real pressing questions at hand. So let's get right into it. So with all this Silk Road talk, you start to wonder exactly what you should believe and what you shouldn't. Who's getting paid just to go out there and promote Silk Road, and who out here in the community actually cares about the platform and whatnot. So what I want to show you is what it does, what it's supposed to do, how it works, kind of the nitty gritty. So let me hop into my computer just so I can outline what Silk Road is and how it can benefit you as a dropshipper most importantly. So let me just dive right into it right now. So what is the Silk Road exactly? Well, Silk Road is a conglomerate of suppliers that are in the Silk Road network that will go out there and either provide their own products or find you the best products at extremely reasonable prices. Now, these prices are the same, if not better than AliExpress. However, what I do want to show you is the features and most importantly, how it benefits you when it comes to using Silk Road. Now, here's the thing that I do know a little bit more about because I had a little call or a little interview with Jared Getz, the owner and founder of Silk Road, and I started asking him about, all these extras that people are paying $49 a month for. So the very first thing that you have to keep in mind is that I'll also show you the backend, so just give me a few moments. But the first thing you have to keep in mind is that it's extremely beneficial to be a $49 per month user. Now, what I will say about this is one of two things. Number one, the price that it's at right now, if you get in, you'll be grandfathered into that price. Now, what I can tell you firsthand experience is that Silk Road will be building themselves out. Now, again, I don't know how long it's necessarily going to take for them to reach the peak that they want to be at, that everybody will be happy with using them for. So I don't want to speak on that. But what I can speak on is the fact that right now, those people paying $49 a month do have preferential treatment over those that are using the free plan. Now let me explain a little bit more about that. With the free plan, you don't necessarily get custom invoicing. As a matter of fact, you don't. You can't add your brand to the invoice. And you can't do express shipping. There's a lot of things you can't do. So let me break down what the $49 per month actually comes with. The 24/7 express email support. Even as a free user, the support will take around 30 minutes or so. Live chat, I'm not too sure if live chat is available for free users, but I'm about to tell you right now. So it seems like I can't send it right now. Maybe they are jammed up in regards to how many tickets they have. But we have a live chat for the $49 a month. Product sourcing, they'll source the product for you, auto fulfill orders, bulk ordering, branded invoicing, dispute management, and express shipping. So if anybody wants to go ahead and sign up, what I will tell you is that they are at the infancy stages right now of growing Silk Road. And I know they're only going to go ahead and kind of make the platform better and try to maximize all of their efforts at this current time. And what I mean by that is they didn't realize, but they have 19,000 users right now. So 19,000 users, about to hit 20,000 users. I wouldn't be surprised if today or in the next few days they hit 20,000 total users. And for a company that's under a month old, that's absolutely incredible, but that also goes ahead and causes a lot of problems, which is also problems that I will go ahead and address here. Let me show you really quickly. I have this installed on a store. If I just go to find products, all right, you can go through all the products from all different suppliers. And again, these are more than likely through China. So this is pretty interesting. Average product cost, suggested retail, total profit, And you see the shipping right here is 5 to 7 days, right? But again, you need to go ahead and have the $49 a month plan. But you can add to import list or you can order a sample. So if I go to my import list really quickly, just to show you, I have different products over here. So let me just click remove product, and remove product. All right. So this is the product that I would go ahead and import. Again, it's like Oberlo, but it's obviously the Silk Road. And you can choose your images and variants and the sale price. But this is where you would go ahead and click express shipping. So it's very simple on what Silk Road does here. Now, if you went to your settings and went to branded invoicing, this is where you would go ahead and edit your branded invoicing if you had the $49 a month package. So again, it's pretty simple on what they do. However, let me address some questions right now in regards to the actual shipping times. Are they backlogged? I think so. I personally think that Silk Road at this current time of recording, they are a little bit backlogged, but they're working on it. Why? Because they didn't expect an influx of 20,000 users. You gotta understand that, is that they have 20,000 users or close to it. I know they have over 19,000. I don't know if it's 20,000 just yet, but over 19,000 users. That's a lot of users, my friend. That's if each one is, let's just say they have a power seller or 100 power sellers doing let's just say 200, 300 units a day. Those are thousands of units just from 100 users, right? So kind of keep in mind that they have a lot of users. They are a little backlogged, but in my personal opinion, once they go ahead and get unbacklogged and the suppliers go ahead and start processing and fulfilling these orders, this company will have everything situated perfectly and running extremely smoothly. And like I said before, for those of you that get in and keep the $49 a month plan, you get grandfathered into that. And I talked to Jared about it because again, in my personal opinion, running a software company as well, I can tell you that $49 a month isn't very sustainable. They're gonna have to increase the prices, maybe $10, $20 for everything that they're gonna be providing for you, especially for their power users. So now this bears the question, is Silk Road worth it to upgrade from a free user to a paid user if you're a beginner, you're just getting started, or if you already have an established store? So the answer is yes. Now why yes? Is because of the fact that number one, I do know, and I talked to Jared about this, and I already told you this, is that they do plan on raising the price to make it a little bit more sustainable as well for themselves and to keep on expanding. So for those that get in now, you get grandfathered in on the monthly price. However, for those of you looking to go out there and start a drop shipping business and have the products delivered fast, this is a good way to go ahead and get your feet kind of wet and make sure your products don't arrive in 10 to 20 days. However, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and tell you that some products don't get backlogged. Absolutely they do. There's still processing time that you also have to keep in mind. Processing time and shipping time are two different things. Processing means how long it takes a supplier to process the order and get it to the shipping and to the whoever they're using to ship it. So their shipping partners, that's the word I'm looking for. So it might take them 2 days or 3 days to package it up, put a label on it, put it in a box, and then somebody drive it over to the shipping partners. And then it might take the actual shipping company 5 days to deliver. So again, you have to keep in mind that the 5-day delivery is really, really good compared to 8 to 11 days with traditional e-packet. So is it worth it to upgrade? Yes, it is. However, what I will say is that I haven't seen anybody successfully receive any type of package yet. That's why I'm also going out there and ordering samples, because again, every supplier is different. So I want to see, once a supplier goes ahead and marks it as fulfilled, if they go out there and are able to deliver on the 5-day shipping time. Because that's the biggest thing, is that if we can get products from China in 8 days with 3 days processing and 5-day shipping, that's game changer, that's phenomenal. That'll completely revolutionize the industry. Now, even though it's still 8 days, it's still a long time compared to somewhere like Amazon, you have to keep in mind that you're not competing against Amazon. And I had to tell a client this the other day. They said, well, I can't go up against Amazon. Guess what? You're not Amazon. So using something like Silk Road that gives you the unfair advantage over all your other competitors is still a really good kind of court to play in, if you will. You still have the upper hand over everybody else. So keep in mind that I still am doing my testing as well, but I am also going out there and paying the $49 a month. However, if you need help upgrading, I'm gonna show you how to upgrade in case you wanna know, or maybe you get confused because you're in your account and you don't know where to look, or how to activate the express shipping. So take a look at this. So there's one of two ways to go ahead and upgrade if you haven't done so already and you're just freshly signing up. You can go directly to the TheSilkRoad.io or use the link in the description. And yes, that is an affiliate link as well. I do get some sort of commission for it. And for the record, I want to make this very clear. I've been developing a product research tool that is going to be 100% for free, and all of these kind of affiliate programs that I back, whether it's Shoptimize or Shop Inspect or now the Silk Road, I've been using all of that money to fund the free tool that I'm creating so I can go ahead and pass it along to you guys. So you going ahead and using the link down below will also support me and help you on later on once I finish developing that tool, so keep that in mind. So you can go ahead and just click sign up over here, or if you're already signed up and you're inside of your dashboard, what you can do is you can go to settings, branded invoicing, and then go ahead and turn branded invoicing, turn it on, and then you click view plans, and then you can just click upgrade, and then you just have to enter in all your information. So that's how you can go ahead and upgrade your entire account as well. You can also choose annual or monthly, but it's very easy to upgrade if you didn't know how to do so. So I'm finishing this video for you right now, and what I decided to do was I decided to throw in here an interview with the owner of Silk Road, Jared Getz. And the reason why I'm throwing this in here is because there's a lot of negative publicity and a lot of negativity around Silk Road. So I want to go ahead and ask him questions from members in my Discord group and also you as the commenter as well. So if you have questions for Jared and perhaps you want to get featured in the very next video if I do an interview with him ever again, or an interview with anybody at that point, leave your question down below. It doesn't have to be in regards to Silk Road, just go ahead and leave your question. If it's generic dropshipping, any questions down below, I'll answer it. So enjoy this interview, and I hope it helps clear some of the confusion and negativity that you've seen around Silk Road. And the reason why I'm adding this in here is, again, I wanted to go directly to the source and get factual information so you hear it directly from his mouth. So enjoy this. All right. Okay. So I went to Discord because everyone's asking in Discord. Can you hear me? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Cool. So yeah, everyone's asking in Discord. I'm gonna fire through these questions right now.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Mr. Wonderful 333. I've been waiting on my product to be added to Silk Road for a good 2+ weeks. I literally have to stop running ads that has nothing to do with you with AliExpress and his ads. So 2+ weeks. Now, we talked before I got on this call. I know, let me set the precedence here, is that Jared and the Silk Road team didn't expect Scott's video and everyone else's videos to blow up. So I get it. And Jared asked me to promote when it first came out. And I didn't tell Jared yet. I want to get all the feedback first, see what everybody was saying. And then I'm going to go ahead and obviously release this video. So that's why I'm creating this now, doing a little bit more in depth. So Jared and I talked before making this, just because I wanted to see exactly, I just did some investigative journalism, I guess you can call it. And I didn't know that Silk Road would blow up to this amount, almost 20,000 users. Now, in perspective, that is like tremendous growth for, first off, any company, and let alone our small sector in the industry. That is tremendous growth. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
He's been waiting for a good 2+ weeks. Jared, you can answer that. I know with the free users, everybody requested, so I'm gonna let you handle that.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, just so everyone knows, I've been working on Silk Road for about 2 years, developing it entirely self-funded. I put over $500,000 into developing this platform because it's a long-term play. We were in beta. We were testing with about 100 users for like 6 months to put everything in place. When I originally asked Scott to promote it, I asked Scott, how many people do you think are going to sign up from your YouTube video? And he told me about 500 to 1,000. And I said, okay, cool. We can handle 500 to 1,000. We got the support in place. We have the processes in place to source products and all of that stuff. Day he promoted it, we had 8,000 people sign up. Now we have over 19,000 people. And originally we were letting free users request products as part of, growing our product catalog. And in the first 2 or 3 days, we had about 8,000 product requests, which was something that we did not expect whatsoever. So we got flooded. Over the last 2 weeks or so, we've hired 13 new support team members who I'm actually going to visit in the Philippines here in like 2 weeks. And we've also hired about 5 new sourcing agents to get the process faster. But moving forward, we're not going to let our free users source products anymore because there was a large backlog of products that we had to source. But our number one concern was making sure that people who are using our platform, ordering from us, had any issues, that we can get back to them fast. And our customer support is now 30 minutes or less. We'll answer any question that you have.
Cool. Yeah, that was actually what I was going to talk about next. Mr. Wonderful also replied, said the support team is really good and they got back to me ASAP. And I know obviously before I hopped on saying I wanted to record this, you told me that you hired more support reps. And now the queue time is, what's your queue time for answers?
Like our standard is under 30 minutes unless it's a technical problem that our support team can't answer. They have to pass it up to a senior support manager who works with our tech team to get it done. And that's typically within a few hours.
Cool. So Gerardo says, is the 5-day express shipping guaranteed if we pay for the monthly service, assuming there's no hiccups?
Yeah, so the 5 to 7 day shipping is with a private shipping line, right? So that's 5 to 7 business days for when the product leaves the warehouse to when it gets to your customer's door. You guys also need to realize that there's a processing time in place. And the processing times are between 1 and 3 days right now. And one thing to note is that once you start selling a product, we're sourcing it for you overseas and we're shipping it for you. As you start to sell more, they start to store more of that product in stock, so the processing time gets faster. So when you first start selling, the processing time will take a little bit longer, but once you consistently sell, it'll get faster. But the shipping times, yes, it's between 5 and 7 business days. If we don't hit those amount of days for you, we'll refund you for the product.
How long will it take to source a product that's not on TheSilkRoad, but it's on AliExpress and we want to ship it using the express shipping?
So as of right now, we're working through a backlog. We have, as of today, September 26th, we have about 3,000 product sourcing requests still on backlog. We've gotten through about 9,000 of them in the last week and a half. So once we get through all those and only paid users can request products, we're going to meet that 1 to 3 day time. But for the next 2 to 3 weeks or so, it may take a little bit longer. I don't have an exact answer right this minute.
Cool.
We're just working.
That's perfectly fine. And again, I want to set the precedence here. I'm going to look at this camera real quick. Is that you guys have to understand is this is a company that's being built. And again, I'm not justifying anything here. And I'll say it in front of Jared's face too. I'm not justifying, a lack of support if there was any. There's so many moving parts, right? It's not just one customer dictates everything here. What I'll say is that the long-term vision for TheSilkRoad, I am behind it. I am fully behind it. It's going to benefit me. It'll benefit you as a dropshipper as well. So definitely, it'll grow as a platform. That's the whole thing. Is that even if you take a look at other platforms, I know it's completely out of the realm, like ClickFunnels, for example. It's not like they are the ClickFunnels that we know today the first day they open. As a matter of fact, a lot of people don't even realize this or know this, but ClickFunnels failed the first time they launched. They actually went negative. So they did this big affiliate launch and it bombed, it tanked. I think they did like 30 or 40 sales, if that. And it completely failed. And now it's at over $100 million. So, and again, I hope that for Jared and TheSilkRoad, but again, companies when they first start out, they don't know, especially as a company like this, a software company like this that deals with a lot of sourcing, you don't know the hiccups you're gonna encounter until users get in. And I guess fortunately / unfortunately, Jared got 19,000 of you in. And that's a lot of people for a new company, okay? So I wanna make that very, very clear. And for anybody saying, and I see this in groups, I'm seeing this in comments, TheSilkRoad is bad, whatever, you got to give company time to grow. And that's how companies work. If you think Google or Facebook just started and sprouted and boom, there they were, a perfect company, no. So I'm fully behind TheSilkRoad. I love the vision. And as long as Jared and the TheSilkRoad team keep going and working with the community, then I think it's going to flourish. So one last thing, Jared, if you request a search for a product and the request goes through, does that mean the product will be sourced from China and will take 1 to 2 weeks to ship? Or will it be sourced here in the US with faster shipping?
So it depends on the product. The majority of products that we're sourcing that are on AliExpress, we're sourcing from China. And the reason being that A, they're available in China much cheaper. B, we could source them faster. And C, a lot of I'm a drop shipper at heart, right? So a lot of our sales come from international countries, not from the US. Mm-hmm. And if you're sourcing them in the US, shipping to other countries, you're gonna have exorbitant prices. When you're shipping from China, you can ship anywhere in the world very cheap. And we have the express shipping option to the US. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Does that make sense?
Yeah, man. So I think I addressed all the questions in the Discord. I told them literally last minute because I ran a search for TheSilkRoad in the Discord, and I just started seeing like hundreds of people talking about it. And I was like, okay, so now I gotta ask Jared about all this, and I need to do some investigative journalism as well here. So this is going to be added to the video as well. I'm happy we could address these questions, and thank you for addressing them as well. Now, really quickly before I end this off, do you guys have any type of like group, like Facebook group or anything like that, where again it could like be a positive and a negative, because you can have everybody just like complaining in there, but do you have like Facebook support group? Is there some type of live chat, like some type of way where they can get to, not necessarily you, but your team maybe? So is there some way that?
Yeah, so as of right now, since it's just been like, literally, if I had known how many people would have jumped on board on that one post, we haven't run any paid traffic to it. I haven't even done my own email list about the platform yet because we have too many people on it. Right. So had we known, we would have definitely went slower. We've been really just focused on getting through all the emails and all the support. Mm-hmm. We've also been training, because you have to have, for live chat, you have to have higher level support reps. They can't just be support reps that see a problem and send a canned response, because we have probably about 150 canned responses.
Right.
So we're training more live chat support, and we do have live chat support. It's limited to a few reps right now, so the wait time's a little bit longer. And we do plan to open up a Facebook support group and have more of a community aspect. But we're like, if you guys saw my team, 20 hours around the clock trying to make sure that everything's going well, because we really obviously care about our users and about our reputation, about everything.
And to be fair, on the other side of this, I know what it's like. A group and working with people and individually, TheSilkRoad will not be what you guys want if Jared is in the group at all given times answering all these questions. A Facebook group can be more of a distraction and more of a negative than a positive. So I get that as well. But I was just asking because I've seen people ask, because they just go to other groups and start talking.
Yeah, so, we plan to have a group, and we plan to have that open community feel. We're just getting all of our ducks in a row and catching up with the massive flood that we've experienced.
Cool. Yeah, man. So those are all the questions. I guess thanks, and I hope that clears a lot of the questions that are out there as well. So really, thanks a bunch.
All right, Dan.